All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Brian Albertson. I'm with the Illinois Association for College Admissions Counseling. Thank you so much for joining us for the virtual college exploration program for all Illinois students. We are excited to host you to learn a little bit more about Arcadia University. We do have the ability to take questions and answers here tonight. You can click on that Q&A button at the bottom or the top of your screen to ask questions of the presenters tonight. Your camera and microphones are off, so we cannot hear you, we cannot see you, and so don't worry about that. We won't be able to interact with you in that way, but again, you can ask those questions in the Q&A feature. We welcome you to sign up for more sessions. This is the last week of the Virtual College Exploration Program, but you can sign up for the remaining events at www.iacac.org. And then the recording of this session and all sessions for the virtual college exploration will be available on the IACAC website. Again, that's www.iacac.org. Without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Nick from Arcadia University. Take it away.
Thank you so much. I'm going to share my screen here with everybody. One second, the session is loading. The presentation, here we go. All right, so welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining. I'm so happy to be here to talk to you a little bit more about Arcadia University. My name is Nick Melheim. I am your admissions counselor for Arcadia. So, if you have any questions, concerns, want to learn more, further than this presentation about Arcadia, then I'm your guy. So I'm so happy to kind of be here with everybody today. To start off, you're having an awesome look at Gray Towers Castle. So the first thing that you see when you come to Arcadia's campus is our awesome castle, where we've kind of established our home here in Glenside, Pennsylvania. Gray Towers Castle is a National Historic Landmark. It used to be a private residence for the Harrison family. William Harrison, who built the estate, actually got his kind of fame and fortune from establishing Domino Sugar. And then him and his family, his wife and 2 children lived here, for the rest of their lives. I'm sure they weren't happy as a family of 4 in a giant castle. But it's a really, really awesome home for us here at Arcadia. The castle features not only our Office of Enrollment Management, but the president's office, and it even has first-year residence halls as well. So you do have the opportunity to live in the castle your first year as an undergraduate at Arcadia. So I guarantee that you'll have all your friends beat with a first-year residence hall in a castle. So who are we here at Arcadia? So Arcadia is located in Glenside, Pennsylvania. We're actually part of the greater Philadelphia region. And so we're about 25 minutes outside of Center City, Philadelphia. Philadelphia's city limits itself is actually just only 5 minutes down the road. However, to get into the hub of the city, we're about 25 minutes away. That being said, you kind of have the best of both worlds when you have a campus like Arcadia's. You have the suburban green spaces, but then you also have the city right at your disposal right down the road. We have a train station that's located less than a mile away from campus, and we also have public transportation that comes right to the front of the castle to campus as well. So you have lots of opportunities to travel the local area and get down to the city, just from campus. So you have a lot of access just from campus to get to those areas. That being said, Glenside itself is a nice little town with lots of restaurants and shops and things to do kind of right downtown. Walmart and Target are right available too. So everything that, college students are going to need are right within, a 5-minute drive of Arcadia, if not even closer. A little bit about who we are in the classroom. We're about 2,000 undergraduates here at Arcadia. We're about 1,400 grad students, and we offer a first-year class size of 14. So the personal learning experience is something that is really important at Arcadia, and is really something that you're going to see throughout your 4 years at Arcadia. It's not something that, it's going to be kind of a trickle down where your first year you're going to have hundreds of students in, a lecture hall with you. You're really going to get to know your professors, even in your first year at Arcadia. Our classroom and our courses are capped at 35 students. So you're never going to have a course that's bigger than 35 students. But that being said, it might be kind of a rare occurrence that you have that many courses or that many students in a course with you. I'm actually a grad student at Arcadia as well. And I always like to tell the story that, one of my courses over the summer last year, I walked into the course and the professor said, "Everybody's here." And I was like, "Well, what do you mean everybody's here?" I'm looking around, all the desks are empty. And he says, "Just you and I." So I actually had a really personal learning experience last summer where I was the only one with the professor. It was just him and I in the course. I promise that won't happen to you as an undergraduate student. I don't know if it was a good thing or a bad thing. I had to do my homework really well, or else it wasn't a good class. But that being said, I always like to tell that story just because, on the first day he was like, "Hey, if you're willing to learn, I'm willing to teach." And that meant a lot to me as a student, that the faculty really are here for us. They're here for the students. They're here because they want to be here. And they really offered that, in terms of that course and all the courses that they offer here at Arcadia. There's over 65 fields of study to choose from at Arcadia. Our most popular major on campus is biology, mostly because we have a lot of pre-professional programs that students can go into. We're actually ranked 24th in the country for our doctorate of physical therapy program. And we also feature a top 100 physician's assistant program as well, and including a number of other pre-professional programs also. Other popular majors include education, psychology, international studies, and international business. And so many more in Arcadia. A little bit about what's going on outside of the classroom. Here at Arcadia, we actually have 26 varsity sport teams. We are Division III athletics, and we participate in the MAC conference, competing with other schools in our region. We actually have some new sports that we've added within the last year, some new teams. Some of those new teams include men's and women's ice hockey, which we're really excited about, men's and women's track and field, both indoor and outdoor. And then esports is a new one that we added as well. So we actually offer 4 games for esports right now that students can compete in. And we also feature our own esports arena on campus. So we actually have a little facility on campus where our athletes are, practicing and playing and hosting, different tournaments. And the esports lab is actually a place where any student can go during the week sometimes too. So, if you or your friends want to play on, the Nintendo Switches or the Xboxes or the PlayStations that we have down there, you're able to do so when the team is not practicing or hosting a tournament. So that's really cool. Even if you're not super into the gaming, esports, the arena is a really cool place on campus to kind of hang out. Outside of varsity sports, there are intramural athletics that you can get involved in. So if you want to play much more recreationally, there's a lot of opportunities to do so on campus. Over 60 clubs and organizations to get involved in as well. So there's, social organizations, honor societies, clubs that are focused around your major, dance and music clubs to get involved in as well. So there's a lot of ways to kind of explore campus and get to know, more of your fellow classmates and, fellow, just students in general at Arcadia. The smaller and personal learning experience about Arcadia and, the clubs and organizations that we offer, I think offer a unique aspect of the Arcadia community that, is not always present elsewhere. Not only are you going to get to know your professors really well and your classmates really well within your major, you're going to have a lot of opportunity to get to know other offices as well. So if you have passion in the arts, if you're, a biology major, you can work in the art office if you want to work in the art office. You can work with us in admissions if you want to kind of explore admissions, become an ambassador. So there's a lot of opportunities, I think, to cross collaborate with a lot of different departments on campus. And I think that collaboration really makes Arcadia's community special. And it's one of my favorite things about Arcadia, just even in my role, getting to work with different departments on campus as well. That being said, you are guaranteed housing all 4 years at Arcadia if you want to live on campus for all 4 years. We mentioned that there are residence halls in the castle, so that's one of the options that you can do as a first-year student. So we have other traditional style residence halls, suite style residence halls, and then apartment style living that's less than a block away from campus that students can take advantage of too. So there's actually no housing requirement in Arcadia, but if you want to live on campus for all 4 years, you are welcome to do so, and you always have the opportunity to. And we really want to help you find your home away from home here in Glenside. Here in Arcadia, we mentioned a little bit about how Glenside itself is a nice little town. You can see another picture of the castle here on this slide. In the top right-hand corner, we actually have a snapshot from one of our first-year seminar courses. Each first-year student is going to take a first-year seminar course as a part of their first semester that they're here in Arcadia. But these first-year seminar courses are by no means courses that are just kind of like a blah, like intro to college course. they're really a lot more unique and more fun than that. So, we have a number of different courses that you can choose from. I can't name all of them, but just some of the more popular ones that we have on campus are actually called, we actually have one that focuses on Harry Potter and actually the ethics of Harry Potter, which I think is really interesting and very fitting considering that we have a castle. We also have our own, we had one that was on NBC's Parks and Recreation with Amy Poehler, which is really cool. They've done one on the history of chocolate. They've done one on tea before. There are ones that are major specific too, if you're interested in doing one that's like a physical therapy one or a forensic science one. So there's so many to choose from, and you get to choose kind of which ones would be your top 5 when you are registering for classes as a first year student. So that snapshot up in the top right hand corner is actually from one that was focusing on citizenship in the community. As a part of that course, students got to decorate downtown Glenside for the holidays as part of that course. So that's a really cool little snapshot of downtown Glenside and students kind of exploring that with their professor as a part of that course. The pictures in the bottom of the slide are actually from downtown Philadelphia. So you kind of notice that everybody in the slides are wearing their red shirts. This is part of a new student orientation. There's actually a Discovering Philadelphia aspect of new student orientation. So as a part of that, the picture in the bottom left is actually from Reading Terminal Market, which is one of the best places to eat in Philadelphia. So we actually rent out a portion of that facility just for our students to explore and kind of grub out for the afternoon. And then that picture in the bottom right is from City Hall in Philadelphia. So you kind of have the opportunities to explore with your classmates. You guys kind of do a little bit of a scavenger hunt as a part of orientation in the city as well, kind of seeing new places and that sort of thing. So it's a really, really exciting day. Now, it wouldn't be Arcadia if we didn't talk about studying. Here at Arcadia, it's been something that's been in our DNA for a long time. We're actually ranked number 2 in the nation for our study abroad participation, with almost 77% of our students going abroad. So we're really proud that, almost, more than 3/4 of our some way before they graduate. Whether it's a short-term experience or a long-term experience, there's so many different options to choose from when it comes to going abroad. Our class of 2020 actually earned credits in 39 countries overall. So that's almost a quarter of the world that students are going and earning credits. Arcadia has been doing other universities using our study abroad opportunities also. So, whether it's a short-term one, if you want to just go for a week or a full semester, if you want to go over the summer, if you want to do an internship abroad, there are so many different ways and so many different opportunities to do so as a part of Arcadia's study abroad program. That all being said, studying abroad is by no means required at Arcadia. It's just something that we offer as many opportunities for you to do so as you can. Our most popular program that students do to go abroad is called Preview. So Preview is a first-year course that you have the opportunity to take during your spring semester. And as a part of Preview, it's a 2-credit course. So it's actually only meeting once a week. It's not something that's a full kind of like course load. So you're only meeting once a week. And that course is going to focus on a specific country and then a topic within that country. And as a part of that course, during your spring break, you get to go with your professor and with your classmates to the country that you were learning about to learn hands-on about the topic or the issue that you guys were studying. There's usually about 10 to 12 different countries that you can choose from each year for students to go abroad as a part of Preview. London is always one. Other places in Western Europe are always going to be options for us. Students have gone to China, to Vietnam. Greece has been a location in the past. Oman, south of Saudi Arabia in the Middle East is a location that we've had for a number of years now. So there's a lot of different opportunities for you to go abroad, even just within this one program. And it's only a week long. So it's not something that, feels like you're going away forever. It almost feels like more of a vacation than you kind of going for class. But you get the opportunity to learn hands-on about what you were studying, in the classroom in Glenside. And the best part about this program is that it's actually highly subsidized. So for the entire trip, airfare, housing, some of your meals, all of your excursions, it's under $600 for the whole week for students to go abroad. So this is the most popular most popular study abroad experience that we have at Arcadia. To give you an idea a little bit about what the class of 2019 is doing, we're so happy to say that over 97% of our students have secured postgraduate opportunities that they want to be in within a reasonable time of being, out of Arcadia and being off of the Glenside campus. So whether it's pursuing, a graduate program, going right into the workforce, doing a little bit of both, we're so happy that our students are in places that they want to be. And we do have, a number of resources on campus that will help you get to that location that you want to be in. So whether it's our career education center that we have on campus, even, your faculty mentors that you have within your department as well, they're all going to be able to help you, secure that position that you want to be in later on. So moving into the admissions process, this year being the year it's been a little weird kind of, moving and navigating through this college search, as I'm sure many of you have kind of realized, through your stuff. However, in order to be considered for acceptance at Arcadia, there's a number of things that you have to do in order for your application to be complete. So we'll need your application first and foremost. We are on the Common App. We also have our own online Arcadia application that you can fill out as well. There's no preference either way for which one that you guys fill out. It's totally up to you on your end. There's no fee for either one also. So there's no really kind of influence in that regard. We just need one of those things. We'll need your high school transcript. College transcript is on there for any transfer students, but then also if you have any dual enrollment courses that you want to bring into Arcadia, we'll need your college transcript for that. However, that's not for admission. So, we'll just need your high school transcript in order to be considered for admission. We'll need one letter of recommendation from either a teacher or a counselor as well. You can send in more than one if you have more than one. I usually say 2 to 3 is a good amount. I've gotten 9 before. You don't have to send 9 recommendation letters. Honestly, I'll give you a little tip of the cap if you can find 9 people to write a recommendation for you. However, we only need 1. And then new for this year, Arcadia has actually adopted a test optional policy. So that policy is not simply just for coronavirus times. It's going to be there forever. It's going to be here moving forward at Arcadia for any students who want to apply test optional. So you can submit either your SAT scores or ACT scores if you have them. However, you can also apply test optional. And on our website, we have a couple of credentials that we would ask you to submit instead of your test scores. So you have the option to choose one of 4 different things. You can do a short essay that's outside of the Common App essay. It's something different. You can do a short video. You can do what we're calling a portfolio. And then you can also do an interview that's led by some of our students here at Arcadia. So you'll be with a current student and not with somebody from the admissions office. Any students that are interested in any of our Bachelor of Fine Arts programs, so our arts and theaters programs, you will need to complete also a portfolio review or an acting audition in addition to those things that we talked about a little bit earlier. We also have a number of special admit programs that we'll consider you for when you apply to Arcadia as well. 2 of our study abroad programs are on here. They're called our first year study abroad experience and our second year study abroad experience, or as we call them, FISI and SciSci. This is kind of where the acronym things kind of start flowing in terms of the admissions process at Arcadia. So FISI and SciSci are semester-long experiences that you can do at Arcadia, and they're located at some of our Arcadia centers that we have around the world. So we actually have 11 Arcadia centers all around the world, and FISI goes to London, and SciSci actually goes to, you have a choice on a couple different places that you can go to for SciSci. We also have an honors program here at Arcadia, and we have some other new programs that we are really excited about, including Civic Scholars and our College to Career Scholars. And I really encourage you all to check out our special admit programs page on our website to learn more about all of those. For the honors program in particular, you are in FISI and SciSci, you are automatically considered that for those programs when you apply. So there's nothing that you have to do separately for those 3, at least on this list. So 99% of students will receive financial aid and or scholarships or grants at Arcadia. You're automatically considered for merit-based scholarship when you apply. So you will get your merit-based scholarship when you get your admissions decision from us. That's just the first half of financial aid from us here at Arcadia. The other half is when you complete the FAFSA, and send that to us. So the FAFSA for this year for students applying to the fall of 2021 is open. For those of you that are juniors and sophomores, you do not have to worry about filling the FAFSA out yet. So when we get the FAFSA, that's when we'll be able to see what other state and federal aid you're eligible for, and then also other Arcadia aid that you're eligible for as well. So it's really important that you fill out the FAFSA, or else the only thing that we can offer you is the merit-based scholarship. You'll have your own personal financial aid counselor in addition to working with me as your admissions counselor. And we also have a number of resources on our website for you to kind of see what kind of, estimated aid package and EFC or expected family contribution you can get on our website. Some important dates to keep in mind. We talked about the FAFSA already. And then these other dates are kind of more just kind of reminders for everybody. So there's nothing that's too strict on this slide that I want to emphasize too much. However, May 1st is National Decision Day. So here at Arcadia, we are rolling admissions. I don't think I mentioned that on the previous slides. We are rolling admissions. So once we have everything for your application, we'll give you a decision within 2 to 3 weeks. That decision is not binding if you get it early on in the process. It's just simply that you have it early. So once we have everything, we review, and that's kind of how we go all the way until May 1st. We do have a number of other virtual events coming up. So if you want to hear more from faculty and staff and hear about other programs going on campus, and you want to hear about your major, I really encourage everybody to join us for our open house. We're having that on November 7th from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a really great opportunity for students to learn a little bit more about your major and hear about things going on campus and hear from current students as well. Stay connected with us if you'd like as well to our social media. This is kind of like, as if it wasn't the age of social media already. Now that everything is kind of online, it's an even greater resource. We have our current students do like Instagram takeovers and talk about their clubs and organizations that they're involved in. So it's a really good way to kind of hear a little bit more about what's going on campus too. So we are doing some in-person visits actually on campus. However, there are some restrictions in place for certain, people traveling from outside of the state. I don't believe that Illinois is on the list right now for Pennsylvania, but I would have to double check that depending on when you guys are viewing this video. It's not like it's an easy trip. By no means am I trying to make it sound like it's an easy trip, but we are doing some limited in-person visits for students if you have the opportunity to come to campus. If you don't, however, we do have a virtual 360 tour that I think is a really awesome resource that we have available. So, you'll get to see some of the awesome spots on campus with some 360 photos and kind of get to drag those around. And then there's really some great audio and kind of like a little storyboard that our current students at Arcadia recorded for this video too, for this tour. So I definitely encourage you all to check that out. And that's all that I have for all of you. I really appreciate everybody, taking the time while we kind of talked about how this is like an unprecedented time. This is also a great time to take advantage and learn more about schools that maybe, you weren't going to learn about in the past. And I really encourage everyone to take a look at Arcadia University as a part of that search. I'm really excited to work with you all and, look forward to hearing from you. So thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Nick. We appreciate again that you told us so much about Arcadia University, and I want to thank everyone who joined us tonight and who is viewing this video through the IACAC website for joining us for the virtual college exploration for all Illinois students. As a few reminders, a quick survey will be sent to you if you are viewing this this video live right now. You can sign up for more sessions through the end of the week of October 20th. And so this program will end this week. You can go to iacac.org to see those sessions that will still be available through the end of the week. And then this recording will be available online on the IACAC website for your viewing. And you would be able to come back to this at any point to, again, learn more about Arcadia University and any other school that has been participating in the virtual college exploration program. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us, and we hope you have a good night. Bye-bye.